Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Moon Mama podcast. It's briajaime. Today, I am literally just so excited to be chatting with you guys because it's been a minute. It's literally been several weeks, I think, since I've recorded an episode. And let me just tell you that there have been so many beautiful changes in the last few weeks. Not that it hasn't been easy 100% of the time. There's been a lot of challenges, but with change comes challenges. And it's just so important, what I've been finding, how, especially as a mom, to stay grounded, to really anchor in on your truth and what makes you feel good and what makes you feel sane. And how are you following your purpose and your calling? What are you called to do? And it might create small mini changes that you don't really see the outcome for a while, or it might just be some drastic changes immediately. They can be big or small. I've had a lot going on, truthfully. And my kids have been sick several times in the last month and a half. I feel like with Soul, my 2-year-old, we've dealt with him being sick off and on since December. And what I want to say about that is sometimes these illnesses that come to us, they are these big energetic upgrades. Like, we are hardcore upgrading. And sometimes our body shuts down for a minute and it's like, I had just shifted so much. I need a break. And so our immune system kind of weakens up because it's responding to all these huge, big changes all at once. And for a little kid, they are so sensitive. Like, they're way more sensitive than we are. And that's something I've been learning a lot recently as a mom. I have the strongest immune system. I never get sick. I did get sick for maybe a week. I feel like at the end of December, coming into the new year. And that was really hard. Also, I was in the middle of doing a major clearing, like an energy clearing with the Akashic Records. I did that whole life situation reading, and it was a huge clearing. So much came up in the records, so much to clear, so much to purge, so many new action steps to take. And in the middle of this 21-day, 3-week clearing, I actually started making a lot of those changes. I'm literally back in a hair salon, which honestly, I was toying with that idea for a long time, honestly. And I finally took the leap because part of the clearing and the realignment that was something that came up for me. And I became very clear about that. So that's really great. Also, I'm literally just doing a bunch of things that I have been putting off for a while. I'm getting rid of my storage in New York City. I've had a storage since I moved out of there in 2020, the end of 2020 in December. And the last time we went to that storage was when Fabian and I went there together in November of 2021, before we even got married and had Soul in 2022. So that was actually some karma that I was still participating in, and me letting go of that and finally making a resolve. That's huge. Guys, that is one of the biggest things that I could be doing. We also sold one of our cars, all these little things, right? But for a little kid, right? Mom's back working a little bit more and all these dramatic changes, so many changes, even just the way of being, there's a different pep in my step, a different confidence, a different energy. It's just a big, major energy shift. The whole family's feeling it. We're all feeling it. And I also did Luna's clearing too. So her and I both did clearing together. And let me just tell you how beautiful that was to be able to do that for my daughter and do that together. And there's something about healing with your daughter. It's so magical. It's so beautiful. I know that we have a whole journey ahead of us also, just to live through life. And as women and being able to support each other, it's just so beautiful. So we both did that. Now, the last time Fabian and Soul did the clearing, that was a year and a half ago. I mean, Soul was a few months when I did his first clearing. And that's the only clearing actually I've ever done for him. so far. And then baby, and I think we did another reading in the last year. But, they're on their own path too. And maybe we'll do another clearing if, he feels called, if stuff comes up, but they're also kind of feeling the effects, I think, of my clearing, me and Luna clearing, right? Because the energy has shifted in the house. All these new choices are being made in alignment. We're aligning. So I feel like Soul, he's been he's having to adjust. And not only just with us, right? But himself. Kids are literally having leaps every single month. And I feel like it's really related to astrology, truthfully, honestly, as well. As scientifically, biologically, to their brain development. And it's really, I have to have compassion and be patient and understanding, because it's a lot. It's a lot on a mom, it's a lot on being a mom. And if you're a mom, you get this, right? Like, our kids are very unpredictable. They have a lot of changes that are always happening, especially when they're little, and you want to do things for them, and you start, you learn as you go. Truthfully, we're just learning as we're going. So we also have to give ourselves a lot of grace. And, but let me tell you, it's not been easy. I've had to make some new decisions that for a while I couldn't do. But when I finally have started to take them, I can feel this better energy. And it's hard, but it's been hard for me to know that my baby is sick. So he had like, and it's not like he's been super sick. Like, he had a fever. And I do everything herbal, like herbal natural stuff, boosting immune system, really trying to heal the root cause. That's just the way that we do things in our family. And then he'll be fine. He'll be completely fine for like a week. And then it's like we go out and, for the air and all this. And then we had those fires, right? And then he got sick again. It's like we went to the library, went to story time. It was packed with kids, it's like, it's just being spread around, right? And as they get older, it's kind of hard to like keep track of like what they're putting in their mouth, like when we need to clean their hands, like are they rubbing their face, their eyes, their nose, like all these little things, right? This is what we figure out as a mom, but who knows, right? But he also, that was a vibrational match for him. Him getting these little illnesses. So then he gets sick again, like has a fever. And this was like maybe 3 weeks ago, lingering cough. And also like that was stuff that came up also in my reading. So it's like, I know that there's energetic stuff that's related to it, because it's holistic. There's a whole thing going on. It's mind, body, spirit. So it's kind of crazy, but then he just, again, the other day, literally yesterday, no, not even the other day, it feels like 2 days already, but yesterday, he got another fever. So he was better, perfectly fine, thought we healed it, did bone broth, I made my own bone broth, chicken soups, doing all these herbs, and it's just like, boom, it's back. But it came with like a stomach bug. And this is just what I want to share with you guys, is like, we are constantly purging and upgrading. And sometimes it's a little bit intense when our body starts to react. So it's kind of like, this is when it becomes like a self-care practice, like how can you really, really get into what you really truly need? And sometimes we just need space. And I've realized that with Soul. Sometimes he just needs extra love and cuddles, and Mom's been away. I've been away a lot more than I have been since he was born. I started working a lot more, just part-time, but like it's more than what we've been used to when I've been home all day since we've had Luna. And also that's been an adjustment. So it's like, it takes time to process these things. So we've been having to have a lot of patience, and I need a lot of energy. So I've made a lot of changes too, as far as my plant medicine consumption and the intention behind that. If I was escaping a little bit too much and traveling a little bit to the astrals and, distracting myself from the reality and the feelings of motherhood and the new life that I have. Because I have such a new life since moving back to California in December of 2020. I mean, I have so many stories, guys. They're going to come up as I keep doing this show, but there's so many stories, and I'm creating more stories, and I'm learning so much now that I've decided to really stick to doing hair, because I've been going back and forth with that for a while, but I have a whole new intention, a new purpose, a new fulfilling path with it that I'm really excited to give this gift. I'm also blending it with my readings, Akashic Record readings. I find that to be very, very aligned, and it's an opportunity also to share that side of me, my intuitive abilities, and intuitive healing readings that I do, and energy work. And I've been learning Reiki now. Now I'm learning Reiki because I didn't realize I've been doing it my whole life. Literally, even since I started doing hair, I was doing these things already, but not knowing the deeper meanings behind them. And I just think they're so beautiful. It's so, so wonderful. And it's like, I'm getting back into my singing. I'm going to go sing it at a retirement home. And this is my number 9 year. And actually, we're in a universal number 9 year. But so for me right now, it's all about giving back to humanity. And it's like, why am I not giving these gifts? Yes, there's a gift of being a mom and being home with my kids, but it's also such a gift for me to show them the real Bria too, and show them the Bria that doesn't give up on herself and her dreams and the things that drive me also, and fulfill me and give me passion, and the fact that I create art, true art, being an artist. And my artist friends, because I have so many artist friends, I know that we're all artists, we're all creators. But if you're like an artsy one, right? A little bit more the left brain, right? A little bit more creative flow, right? Those creative juices, the painters, the writers, the musicians, right? Like, so we are just, our brain works a lot differently. And like, I'm very into emotions and feelings. And I have had to work on a lot of like being a little bit more masculine and logical, especially with being a mom, right? You got to have both. And right now, the age of my kids, I'm like, I need a lot of the masculine stuff. But there's this left brain, feminine, creative side of me that's just like so dominant. It's just so needs to be expressed. And it's like I'm doing it all day at home with my kids. But what happened to me serving women and serving the world and humanity? And right now in my service era this year, depending on what year you're in, numerically also, and astrologically, and just on your path, you'll know, we have to look into that. But right now for me in this era, it's like, it's all about that. So I'm like just feeling this strong call, like, where am I needed in this world right now, and in humanity? What does humanity need from me? And how can I show up in the world to my clients, to my friends, to my community, to my family? Like, how am I when I show up, when I wake up in the morning and walk out and see everybody, right? Or where's my energy at? Because this is great work. We are doing some major work, you guys, showing up in the world. So it's like, how are you showing up? Are you grounded? Are you centered? Are you carrying a lot of stories? Are you carrying a lot of weight with you? What do you need to clean out? What do we need to clean out? What do you need to clean out? Maybe there's stories that you're holding in your hair. I have clients that come in, they're ready to chop it off because there's stories and energy held in the hair that they're just ready to let go of. I'm about to do it too. I'm getting ready to do a big chop, I think, because I'm feeling that. I talked about it a little bit, I think maybe in my last episode or maybe the one before, but like, things are starting to get heavy and I don't like it. I don't want to feel heaviness anymore. I want to feel light, airy. I want to feel free. So this is some of the work that I'm going to be also doing, and I bring into my private clients, the sessions that I do with the readings. And also, if you sit in my chair, this is the stuff what we're going to talk about, because it just comes up naturally usually, but it's so important. There's so much, right, that goes into our transformation, not just the physical transformation, not just the look, right? Because that's a part of it, but there is this deep transformational shifts that are happening. And when we can be intentional about it and we can know exactly what we are clearing, what we are shifting, that's when the power starts to really happen, and we get to really manifest our greatest desires and show up in the world and be an inspiration and a light to others. So that's my intention. That's my fresh take as we're healing ourselves, our physical bodies, like that's where it's like, that's the sign that we're off a little bit and we need to rest. We need to also hone in and be like, where are we off? Something's off. So, but that's what I'm saying. There's something to always to teach us, even in these situations, even in these illnesses, even in the dis-ease, right? Because it's just not being in ease. But we are always whole and complete. So once we tap back into that and get connected to source, get out in nature and grounded, right? Where's spirit? Where's your spirit? Where are you connected to source and to spirit and light? Recently, we've been going to a really beautiful like nature park that's right next to us. Actually, it's like within 10 minutes away. It's really beautiful. And we've been just forest bathing. Guys, we're so into forest bathing right now. And in Japan, it's a practice actually called Shirin-yoku. I believe it's called Shirin-yoku. By the way, I'm also hooked on the forest bathing playlist on Spotify. If you guys haven't heard it, we literally play it every night for the bath. It's just like a spa feel. It brings all the nature vibes. It's like if you can't get out in nature every day, at least turn this playlist on and bring the nature into your house in whatever way you can. So like throughout the day, we'll have nature, beautiful videos playing on YouTube just to bring this sense of peace and calm. But like the kids were getting sick, right? And we got sick, and it's like that is literally the healer. They become fresh after that. It's like we just need this nature, God-given medicine that grounds us again and brings us back. So there's this whole science actually behind the trees, what the energy that they produce and how it rebalances and recalibrates us as human beings, because we are cyclic beings. We are put on this earth. We choose to come to this earth, this planet. We are planetary. We are of the cosmos. Guys, I preach this all the time because like, don't forget that. Like, you chose to come to this earth plane and be on Mother Earth, this creative energy. It's mother because it's feminine energy. Mother creates, women, feminine, womb, right? It's a womb space. We are the creators. But Earth is the creative energy. That's why it's Mother Earth, Mama Gaia. And she has the medicine that helps you to tap into your inner wisdom, your inner creator. Because we are created by a divine source, create the divine creator, and we are just emanations of that. So sometimes we just need to get out in nature, even if we're sick. Just take a walk, moon bathe, let the stars wash over you. It is that deep, like people want to laugh at this stuff or think it's woo-woo, but maybe the woo-woo's real. Maybe the woo-woo is what you need to come back to your center if you fell far off. Maybe you're too into the logical. Maybe you're too masculine. Maybe you just need to come back to balance, because balance, the yin yang, okay, is the key to the universe. Balance is the key to the universe. So if you're out of balance, if you're finding yourself sick, if you're finding yourself in a lot of drama, if you're finding yourself feeling without a purpose or in a lack, get out in nature. Spend some time with spirit, with God, the cosmos, with yourself, your highest self, and allow yourself to listen. Allow yourself to feel and just sink into the moment, sink into the now, and listen to those whispers, the whispers that are changing you. And that's how we can recalibrate instantly, truly, because that's a choice. The choice to change now and transform now, it's up to you. That's it. Anyway, I'm excited. I've been in the salon, so I'm in a salon in Santa Clarita. I'm still doing a little bit of glam squad, so I'm still out in the city and out in LA. I love doing that too, so I'm out there a little bit. I'm in 2 salons, so I'm at the Parlor Salon in Canyon Country on Mondays, and then I'm also going to be at Thermal Dry Bar on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And so first it was going to be just a dry bar doing styling, but we decided to start having holistic color services. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be learning a whole new color line on Friday, actually. And I'm so excited to share that with you guys. And if you guys need just a refresh, hair, mind, body, spirit, I'm your girl. Come see me. If you want to book a reading, send me a message. I have a special offer for you if you send me a message and you tell me that you listen to my podcast. And guys, I'm really excited. I'm going to be starting Dance Yoga Soul Fusion again. So that's going to be starting on around the spring equinox. I'm going to be announcing those dates on my Instagram, and then you can sign up on my website once I start. But they're going to be on Zoom. They're going to just be donation only, or by donation, just for a little bit. This is just a really beautiful somatic dance yoga practice. It's 30 minutes. It's just a quick mind, body, soul reboot. And it's a really, really wonderful practice that if you don't have a lot of time in your day, but you just get 30 minutes to yourself to just be in the now and allow spirit to move through you and figure out what you need, set some intentions. It's really beautiful. So I'm excited that we're going to be starting that again because that just really helps the practice. So I'm still figuring out exactly what days it's going to be. Probably just once a week, probably early in the morning. Maybe eventually I'll do a night session, but I have so many fun things happening. I met some really beautiful, amazing women, joined a really beautiful women's circle group that we've been meeting some really wonderful women in the spiritual community out here. And also with my mother friends, they are also doing a lot of wonderful things. So if you enjoy this podcast and you want to stay connected, please go follow my Instagram. It's at briajaime. And then I have my hair Instagram, briajaime hair. And it's Jamie as Jaime. Actually. And then also follow sacred.soulcare. I haven't posted on there in a while, but I want to soon. There's just a lot going on, really, truthfully. So many different beautiful sides of me that I'm working on the balance. I'm working on the balance, and that's why I like to talk about it, because it's all about balance at the end of the day. So with that being said, if you loved this episode, please give me a 5-star rating, and stay in touch, you guys. I will do my best to make more episodes as I am on this journey, because I love doing this show so much. It means so much to me. It's something that's very aligned for me with my soul gifts. And you guys, I'm doing the readings. Let's do some clearing if you feel like you want to know. If you're ready to know the truth, the deep. This is a really, really great way to know who you are at soul level and clear some karmic patterns. Find out what's in the records that's holding you back from being in your divinity and living your best divine self-expression. So, with that being said, I hope you guys stay blessed. Know that you are magic each and every day. Remember who you are. You are light, you are love, and you are a creative being. Much love to all of you guys. Lots of love. Bye.